What's up, y'all? It's your girl Diana Garcia, and we are back 2025, shaking the culture, consistency, elevating. It's all coming. But I'm here with no other than
Booney, life of Booney. You know what I'm saying? Golden mine all the time.
Flags Fire. All right, so let's get right into it. I want to dive into like your upcoming because I've met you really just off the strength of knowing people and I needed somebody to perform. That's really how we came in contact and whatever. But I feel like your story is kind of like a story that everybody has, but the pivot of your story, in my opinion, is how much you study the game and how much you actually pay attention and you be like, oh, this is what I need to do. And you actually go and do it, and you've been doing this for a while. So it's like, damn, dude, like, you actually love this shit. And a lot of people just love the idea of it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell them a little bit about your upcoming and how you continued to follow.
So upcoming in music. Well, when I first started doing music, I was with my homies. And I don't know if you would call it doing music. We used to freestyle and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'll go to each other's crib. You've met some of them.
Yeah.
And like we used to go to the crib or one of our homies' cribs and we'll be freestyling just over old ass beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll off the top freestyling too. Like, yeah, it was a lot of energy. But then back then it wasn't like a lot of studio access. So when I actually got in the studio, I say that had to be maybe like 7 years ago. And that was different. Like when I first got in the studio, I was actually just going because my homie was going. Like, because he was an artist. I was actually trying to be a manager.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was trying to be a manager. And so it just shit was happening. Like, I felt like people, well, the homies, they weren't taking shit serious.
Oh, cool.
Right? And so I was already in the studio making music. I liked what I was saying. Plus, I was like, I got some shit to say. Because artists I looked up to was like Jay-Z for sure. J. Cole for sure. Like Lil Wayne. Kanye West. And so I seen those people even outside of music making a difference. And so I was like, okay, that's one way to hit the people. Music and put it in there. Because I realized back then that hip hop was so influential. And so I was like, I need to do that. You know what I'm saying? People need to hear what I got to say. For sure.
Okay.
And that's how I started. And ever since then, I've just fallen in love with music itself. Because back then, I did it more for what I was saying, for lyrics.
Okay.
Quotes. I wanted people to, like, learn something from what I was saying. But now I do it just because my love in music and the challenge of it. I feel like that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. So what have those challenges been? Because, like I said, a lot of people, when they really get into this game, they realize you're financially putting the money in. No matter if you're assigned to a manager, no matter if you're assigned to a label, no matter if you're assigned to your homeboy, at the end of the day, you're putting the money in.
Yeah.
So what were those challenges for yourself and your career so far?
Cost me a lot.
Yeah. To this day, like, I've traveled out of state with you. Like, Booney is the type of person, he's like, I got everybody because you guys are supporting me. So I could just imagine the millions, not even like thousands,
I'm not
millions
even
you
gonna
put in.
lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if I was to just like tell somebody that's not in the music industry about the money I'm spending and not getting back, they would look at me like I'm crazy.
Delusional.
Actually, I've told people that's not into music.
Yeah.
And they're just like, they don't say nothing, but I'm like, I know they looking like, I would never do that
You
shit
don't.
like that.
You
yeah,
don't.
yeah. But it's a lot of money because it's traveling, especially if you're not signed. But to be honest, even if you're signed, you're going to have to pay that money back. So I'm into mathematics. So a nigga like me, like, if I owe it back, that means that money's not given to me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That means I'm still spending. And you probably gonna throw some interest on that, so I'm spending even more. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that you
saying?
get
So
back. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it costs a lot, and at a certain point, you have to do it for your own reasons. You, if you're doing music to make money, I know it's cliche, but it's just that's not why you want to do music. Not to make money, no. Especially like nowadays. I don't know how it was before I was doing music, but you're not doing it to make no money.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully you can get to a certain point and you start being able to make money in different ways from it. You know, your fame, your accolades, stuff like that. But I wouldn't advise anybody to do it to make money. I spend money on it. And I make some money now. And I'm just happy to make money off of it. Because doing it so long and spending so much, you're just like, okay, I've spent, you know, you're just used to spending. You're not used to returns.
Yeah.
And so when I started getting like some returns, to me that's extra because it's like, oh, I've been spending this whole time. So now I'm actually getting some revenue. So that's pretty good, but it's still a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like with artists like in your level where you guys have years in this game, there has been that 1 year where you just wanted to quit completely. What year was that for you? Or you were questioning yourself?
I question myself every year still,
Okay.
but I've never wanted to quit music. Because the thing is, I work a lot. So I don't depend on music to make me money. I have to find different motivations in music. So if I'm not getting as many fans as I wanted, what's my motivation now? Okay, I had to, at a certain point, I want to be big, right? And then I had to switch that thinking. So now I'm like, what's big? Like, what is big?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at a certain point, you want, you know, all the flashy lights, all the celebrity status. But then it got to a point where it's like, well, that junk is, when you really get down to it, it's really not for real anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff is manufactured, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, people will get a backing or team behind them to make it look
nice.
like that. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Been around it.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, like, but if you lose that, it's not the same. Like, you don't have that same traction that you once did. So it's what I'm trying to say is I've never wanted to quit because I always found a different way to love music, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or keep making music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For so many years, though, I was talking to Sly about this. I'm like, it's crazy how, like, I feel like if three of us were to sit down and talk about how much money we spent, all the things we had to do to, like, be where we're at, people would be like, y'all delusional as fuck.
Yeah.
Because why would you do that when you could just be a doctor, be a lawyer, you know? Just to make
Yeah.
that money. Instead, you're choosing something that looks ideally perfect.
Yeah. A normal person will look at you crazy as shit.
Like, you are delusional as fuck. Like, what are you doing? Get to
Yeah.
work. Go clock in somewhere.
Yeah, because it looks good because it's meant to look good. Like, the people behind the scenes of an artist or that work with an artist, it's supposed to look good.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to want to be artists because it looks good.
Exactly.
But if you really get down to, like I said, the mathematics, a lot of people like, nah, I don't want to do that shit.
Exactly. And even in, like, I
It
feel
really
like
don't make no sense.
at all, because if you put it in, like, a just on paper, artist is like the bottom, the people at the bottom, barely getting any type of money or anything like that, you know? When you become that executive, that, like, now I'm that artist that's signing artists and shit like that, like,
Yeah.
okay, or that brand and shit like that. So yeah.
And you got to be insane to do that stuff.
Exactly.
Because it's no consistent pay. Like, I still work. So it's like, I know I got a check coming every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah, I hope y'all heard that. Like he still works. Okay. He
I work a lot. Yeah.
too much. Sometimes it's like, yo, so how many hours you got? Because it's not the same as mine. Because what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, but I remember how we before this year even started, how so much has changed for you in a positive way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's insane. And I love that because you even said it yourself, you're just creating differently. So, where are you at right now, mentally, with everything? How's it been creating?
Recently, this been like I felt better than I have in like probably since I started making music.
Wow.
And it's not because just the music. In life, I just changed overall. Um, like changes happened in my life, and I lost people, and I just got really, really laser focused. You know what I'm saying? I got really laser focused. I just, because we're growing up each day, and then you start losing people, you start seeing changes in your life, and it's like, okay, like, what is the point of this shit?
Yeah.
Because I'm losing people. So, like, you know what I'm saying? What's the point of life, period? But then it was like, okay, if you're going to be here, make the best of it and be the best version of you that you can be. So, in music, I'm like, I'm gonna be the best Booney I could be. And to be honest, that got to do with your point earlier. How do I keep doing music? Because I can do anything. And in this music, I'm going to be the best I can be. I might not get the flashy lights, or I might. But regardless of that, I'm going to excel to extreme heights in my way. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I look back, it's going to be like, yeah, I had a superstar career, even if it don't look like a superstar to what I thought was 8 years ago. I'm going to have a superstar career. I'm going to excel. It's been a lot of changes. I went and you met Kofu. Kofu's here. He's in the back.
Yeah.
So I remember talking to him. I was like, man, this was one change I did within music. I was like, man, I want to make better songs. I make good songs, but I want songs that, like, can be played everywhere.
Okay.
And so before I even knew he was a songwriter, I was like, I need a songwriter. Do you songwrite? And he was just like, yeah, I songwrite. So I was like, I bet.
Let's go.
Like when you on that path, it's gold in mine. When you on that path, shit just start falling into place.
Yeah.
Literally. Like I was just like, you songwrite? He was just dancing at this party or some shit. And he was like, yeah, I fuck with you. He probably thought I was playing.
Yeah.
But when I talk to people, I'm dead serious.
Dead ass.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, bet. Linked up. I'm writing more verses. I got with K-Rock.
Yeah.
Different people like that. It's like, okay, how do I look better? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's
K-Rock's the one.
yeah, let's get that in motion. I need to look better in different aspects. Put out more content. So as far as music, that's where I'm at. Just it's a golden mind mindset. And now I got this like not to go too far, but I got this like vlog that I'm doing. And I'm like, I'm gonna let people see how I get to this $1 million and past that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I got a better spot than I was when you first met me. I got a better car. And it ain't just music. It's my whole mindset. It's a golden mind. And so, well, it's golden mindset. So it's like, yeah, my whole life getting better. And it's gonna keep getting better.
Yeah.
Y'all can take this trip with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's such a vibe, dude.
Yeah.
I keep on when you keep on saying golden mindset. When I first met you, it was
I spit my visions through my lyrics.
exactly.
Yeah.
And now is that the pivot? The pivot is still that, but yet we're adding.
Yeah.
Golden mindset.
Cause I've always been true to myself.
Yeah, and I love that. I think that's what attracted me to your personality because you stay true who you are and you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not. People are just willing to make it look nice.
Yeah.
you know?
And yeah, it's not a game. I often dwell on how do I make me turn into marketing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How can I make me turn into marketing? Because that's tough. That's the tough part.
Yeah.
The golden mind thing, Kofu actually came up with that.
Oh,
But
fire.
he took my mindset
And
and put it into,
yeah, something you could
marketing.
touch.
Yeah.
And
How can people understand it? You know what I'm saying? So spit my visions through my lyrics. I can't remember how I came up with that.
yeah.
But it's still that because I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
But now it's elevated. So we spit my visions through my lyrics. It was more, I was emotional, going through a lot.
Which was your first part of your career. And that's
Exactly.
how literally what your music was showcasing.
Exactly. You think too much.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot. I did that in high school. I thought a lot. I think before I talk. So
Yeah.
now I think too much. Now it's golden mind. Because I'm not emotional like I once was.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting in bad, I'm not in bad situations like I was before. And I won't say bad situations, but my life is just better than it was before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't just sit and act like shit just bad for me right now.
Yeah.
But I want better shit.
Everybody does.
And that's golden mind.
Exactly. And if you don't, it's just something's wrong with you in general.
Yeah.
This is how I could.
Some people don't want better shit though.
And to me, that part is like, then don't be envy and don't be a hater and comment underneath people's shit.
Yeah.
As simple as that. That's not my fault. You have no ambition. That's on you, my guy. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But I have seen the difference from the Booney I went and saw play the Still Dreaming project
Yeah.
to the Booney now.
Yeah.
When it comes to the way you appear, I remember we had a conversation of there's no artist that we look up to fashion wise that's coming up. You know, we have like the icons, but nobody's really putting it on. And I saw you change the way you dress and the way you present yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that part. And then with the content, and we would talk on the phone and be like, yo, so this is the plan. This is how I'm going to do. And you actually did what you have to do, and you're doing what you have to do. So where do you get these lessons from? Because I feel like people think like, oh, somebody's telling him the deal. But what do you do? How do you get your information in the game?
Well, no, I believe in teamwork.
Teamwork?
So, in essence, people do tell me what to do. But I go find these people. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and I won't even say I go find them, but people meet me along the way.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get somewhere, you probably gonna meet me somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if I know you are good at this, I will open myself up to let you give me advice. And I thought that wasn't a big deal, but the more I talk to people, a lot of artists won't even let you tell them what to do.
Oh, facts. They're stubborn as fuck.
And I didn't even know that. Like I was like downplaying that to like this videographer one time, and he was just like, cause he worked with like industry artists, like sign artists and stuff, and he was just like, he seen one of my videos from like last year or 2 years ago, and he was just like, man, like I really like what you're doing with the videos. I said, yeah, but I said that was all my videographer, you know what I'm saying? He was like, don't never say that, cause you had to allow him to let you do that. I mean, you had to allow him to, you know, give you that visual. A lot of artists, if they feel like it don't fit in what they do,
They ain't gonna do it.
nah, they'll say no, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that, because I've always been like, nah, we trying to get better. We like the Lakers. Like, we need a team. We need a dynasty. Like, we gonna build up.
Yeah.
But some people like, nah, that ain't what I do. I'm like, how you gonna say that? And you not a big artist yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never understood an artist just like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. And sometimes they'll tell that to people that seen big artists before. You know what I'm saying? That came up with big artists before, like big execs. They like, nah, I ain't gonna do that for my image. I'm like, well, this person know what it takes to be great. So
You've been around great.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you listen to them? Or at least
Exactly.
take it in.
Yeah.
I never understood that. I'm always willing to like get advice connect with people, collaborate with people.
Yeah, and
For sure.
listen, you listen to a bunch of podcasts too, and I feel like a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, yo, let me run this back, yo, listen to this, or like, there's always on the phone yo, this is what I learned from this podcast and like this person. So you're always educating yourself,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just think it's the back to just the content we throw out there, and it's shitty ass content, and no purpose with stuff. So being intentional,
Or repetitive content.
yeah, and it don't be making sense
Yeah.
at all. All right. So you just dropped a project last year. You dropped two singles. Singles? Were they? They were singles, right?
Did you talking about this year?
Hold up.
I've been dropping crazy. I'm not gonna count.
And to me, I don't think that you be dropping crazy because to me, that's what you're supposed to do. No, you know, you're somebody coming up. That's literally what you're supposed to do. But well, you dropped one project this year, and then you dropped us another single last year.
Yeah.
Before the
I
year
dropped a project, I think, at the end of 2023. It was almost 2024.
Yeah.
But I have
Cheap
dropped
leaker.
some 2-packs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a lot of music, low-key, for me.
Yeah.
It's really not that much, but for me, I've never dropped this much. So,
Yeah.
yeah. The last track, Premiere, was the one I dropped recently.
Premiere.
Premiere was last month. And Premiere is a very special song to me because the conversation we were having earlier about the changes and losing people, that was the first song I wrote after that stuff started happening. And yeah, so that song is very special to me because it was the first song I wrote after that started happening. After changes started happening and I was losing people, I probably didn't write for like 3 months or so, maybe like 4 months. I can't even remember. I just lost motivation, and I'll tell you why in a second. But I just lost motivation, and one day, I don't even remember, I just started writing, and stuff was just coming to me, and I was just putting it. I think I even wrote it down on paper this time, which I don't even do that. I think I just started writing it on a random notebook I had in my room, and yeah, I was just writing it, and Premiere came to life. That's why if you hear the track, and then if you listen to previous songs I have, Premiere sounds a lot different.
It does.
Because the flow that I have in that, a lot of people have complimented me on that flow, which is crazy. A lot of people like it.
Yeah.
But it was a choppy flow because I hadn't wrote in so long. So the flow is so different. It's literally just me just putting stuff together. But I think with my southern accent, a lot of people have been complimenting me on that flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, I think, because where I'm from and the southern accent, and it has witty things in it.
Yeah.
So the witty things, because I've always been kind of lyrical.
Yeah. Not kind of. You've always been lyrical.
Lyrical, right?
Yeah.
And so it still has the lyricism in there, but the flow is very, like, not lyrical. It's like a choppy kind of southern flow, good with, like, 808s.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why the flow is like that. Because I had took so much time off, and I was trying to get back to writing, and it came out good. That's why that song is so special to me. Yeah, that song. Yeah.
Yeah. You had mentioned earlier that J. Cole was one of your inspirations, but the way you told me you came across J. Cole, you weren't even looking for J. Cole. You was really looking for Drake. It was that Drake and J. Cole song.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, I did. That's exactly how I ended up liking J. Cole.
Like, to me, that's crazy, because now for him to be, like, one of your top people you mentioned, you know?
Yeah.
And you ran into him randomly is crazy.
Yeah. I had heard J. Cole, like, before that.
Yeah, but you didn't care for him
No,
until that
I
one
didn't.
song. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And you went back and was like, oh.
Because my roots, I'm an Atlanta nigga for real.
Yeah.
Like, so my real roots, like, I born at Grady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We moved to the South Side, College Park. And I listen to Atlanta shit. So,
What is
like,
Atlanta shit? Please, for the people that claim Atlanta and really not Atlanta, what is some Atlanta shit?
I listen to Rich Kids a lot. When I was young, Rich
Yeah,
Kids
same.
a lot. And everyone around in that era, Future, Young Thug. and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I listened to.
Yeah.
Back then, you could predict who was finna pop. At that era,
Yeah.
because I was telling people that weren't from, like, Atlanta, they'll be like, they might have heard Future. I'm like, it's a dude named Young Thug finna go crazy.
Yeah.
They like,
Young Thug.
going crazy.
Yeah.
I tell them it's a dude named Cash Out finna go crazy.
Yeah.
Is, Migos. Yeah. And so it was so crazy because I wasn't into lyricism. I was into metaphors. So I fuck with Wayne heavy. Like, who don't? You know what I'm saying? Who don't fuck with Wayne? So I fuck with Wayne heavy, and he was the only, like, lyrical nigga or close to lyrical that I listened to.
Yeah.
Then this dude had told me about J. Cole. I was just like, no, that didn't happen yet. I heard In the Morning
Yeah.
by Drake and J. Cole.
Yeah.
And Drake went crazy on there. But J. Cole was like coming with some shit.
Sliding.
Fine Dine, number 9, number 10. He was saying some shit, and I was just like,
What?
I was into metaphors.
Yeah.
So I was like, this nigga saying metaphors like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, he hard. So I had went and talked to my homie who was into that type of music.
Yeah.
You know, he was a Kanye fan, all that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't that heavy back then. And so I was like, bro, this dude is fire. He was like, bro, go listen to The Come Up. Went and did that. And I went and listened. I said, bro, that's on fire. He said, go listen to The Warm Up. Fire. And just so on and so on.
Kept on going.
Yeah, that joke was
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it motivated me a lot because he gave you an artist that you could relate to. He
Yeah.
gave listeners an artist they could relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always made that a goal in music, and I still write music to this day to make sure people can relate to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very key part.
Yeah.
That's a very key part. I still think that's very key and valuable. You have to make people relate to you.
Yeah.
If they're posting the music, I remember one song I had, Walk of Shame. Walk of Shame is about wanting to be a creative and your partner is like just doubting you and downplaying you. And this dude commented when I posted, he was just like, bro, you're rapping my life. And shit like that. I'm like, yeah, that'll get somebody to stick forever.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. I think that when I heard that song, I was like, this is literally all of us. Not even if you're an artist, like, this is everybody.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. But shout out to me because I think was that the one I came up with the cover? What I was holding the thing for, what's his name? No, it wasn't. Walk of Shame. No, it wasn't.
No. That was a 2-pack though.
Yeah.
You're talking
Okay.
about the other
Yep.
2-pack.
I was talking about the other one.
You
Yeah.
think
You
too much.
think too much. Yeah.
think
Shout
too
out to
much.
me though for that one. For that cover, the light was hitting.
You think too much. I'm telling you, Goldn mind.
But yeah. Another way though. I do remember that you told me before doing the music, you were actually writing, like you were doing like articles and stuff like that.
Yeah. I
So-
was a sports writer.
Exactly. So like why change? You know, like what?
Well, I used to write like for the newspaper in like Valdosta, Georgia. Then I got to Atlanta, and they weren't trying to pay, so I just stopped.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to pay because I had wrote so many articles, and I was like, they were like, "You want to do freelance work?" I said, "No, I need money." Like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The freelancing.
And I think around that time, I started trying to manage my homie.
Yeah, so it was both. Those both were kind of at the same time type of vibes.
It ended up going into it. Yeah. So I tried to manage that shit. Dead.
And just try to write articles and be a journalist and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that writing did help with like writing my lyrics. Though.
Yeah.
It did.
It
Because
does.
you have to write, you know, I wouldn't say perfect, but you got to write up to a standard. Mm-hmm. And you have to just keep writing, keep finding words to use. So that may have helped with like the lyrics too.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, so the name Booney, I feel like if somebody were to go on, like, pause the video right now in the interview and go look up Booney, it's a hat. Have you ever thought about, like, wearing a Booney hat and just putting Booney on it and marketing it like that?
Nah, I ain't never thought about that. I may one day.
Like, I feel like it aligns perfectly. Booney's wearing a Booney.
That's nice. I might try that one day.
Summer vibes.
Yeah, because I tried to Google myself, and that damn hat always pop up.
I always wonder. I'm like, I wonder if anybody ever like what is a boonie? So I googled it and it was a hat, and I said, what the fuck? A
And
boonie's
people
a
be like,
hat.
we going to the boonies.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. But Booney is just like, Booney is my name.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
what's the definition of boonie for you?
Booney is my name. So it's so crazy. Like, my family tell this story all the time. When I was younger, I didn't go by that name. I went by my name. My name's Aldine, my first name. And so I went by my first name.
Yeah.
I didn't want people calling me Booney. But literally, Booney dates back to before I could remember. Like, I don't know who gave me that name. It was like my cousin, maybe my sister. I'm not going to get into that. I don't know who gave it to me.
Yeah.
But as elementary school was going, I said, call me Aldine. Don't call me Booney. I might even fight you if you called me Booney back then.
Yeah.
I had a little,
Yeah.
a little crazy. But I might even fight you back then for calling me Booney. Then we got to like middle school, and we were just outside and people were calling me that, and that's my name.
Yeah.
So I looked at it like this, like, you know how Kendrick Lamar, I think that might be his real name. Artists had a trend when they started using their real name.
Yeah. I think just Kendrick is. I don't know if Lamar is, but I think it might be.
But I think
Something
artists back then, I think had started using their real names, or at least sound like it. So they was like, "Why you use your real name?" I said, "Booney is my name."
Yeah.
Like, when I say that, more people knew me by Booney than Aldine.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Even now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's Booney.
My mom calls me Booney.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, no, that's my name.
Yeah.
But Aldine, that's my real name. And I'm proud of that.
Yeah. But
Booney is my name.
yeah. Booney is who.
And I'm going to stay true to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love that. We love that.
And that's why I'm going to go by that name. Because just like artists were going by their real name, that is my real name. Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. All right, 2025 is just the beginning of the year. What's in store?
Recently, I've been working on, I'm documenting me get to this million and past that. Mm-hmm. So I have some episodes that I'm finna drop. The Goldn Mind series. And people gonna come with me as I make a million and past that. A lot of content though. A lot of music. A lot of freestyles. Maybe a project soon, I don't know. But a lot of music and a lot of freestyles.
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, just a lot of content and just elevation.
Yeah.
Elevation. I'm finna travel to some crazy places.
Yeah.
What I'm finna do, and I hope nobody jacks this. Don't jack my shit. Actually, y'all can jack it. I don't give a fuck. You can jack it. But I'm finna go on a lot more nature stuff. I'm finna work with the community.
I saw that.
Yeah. I'm doing community service right now because I'm on probation.
I was like, is that the reason why you started it? Might as well
That's
just
why
make
I'm
it a
doing it right
series.
now. But I am falling in love with serving the community while I'm doing it on probation.
That's
you know
the
what I'm
purpose of it.
Yeah, I like some of the stuff. I learned about plants, saving plants.
You go ahead.
I planted a tree today.
It's called Booney? A Booney tree?
I think it's a willow tree.
Okay.
I planted a tree today, so I'm going to go back and see what my tree looking like. Yeah, in some time. Because sometimes, man, it's trees like 500 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
It's just fire. It's amazing. It's crazy.
As you learn about it, I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, shit, man, I might be a gardener soon.
Start rapping to your plants and whatnot. Show them some love.
You know what I'm saying? Find a way to work it in. But
Keep it grounded.
I'm going to be servicing the community more. Traveling, of course. I've been doing that, but now I'm finna travel to even more exquisite places.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, exquisite.
Up in the drip song. Yeah, and that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. Elevation in life, period.
Yeah. I love seeing this growth
Yeah.
that you've done. I think, we've been knowing each other now for 4 years? 3 years, maybe?
It's so crazy how time flies. It might be 4 years.
Yeah, I was like, it might be 4 years now. And that's insane to me because, like I said, just seeing you grow as a human being, as an
Yeah.
artist, it's just like, what? Your hair changing. At first, I was like, wait, so what you doing with your hair? I'm just growing it
Well,
out.
I had freeform at first, huh?
When I first met you, yeah, it was when you were doing Still Dreaming.
Yeah.
So
Oh
he's like,
wow.
yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I got my hair pretty long now.
No, it is.
I got it twisted today. It's like to the middle of my back.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's crazy.
That is very fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Your stage presence.
Yeah.
Every single time I see you perform, I'm like, yeah, this time you sucked a little bit, you know. Or next time, I'm like, yo, you actually killed it, you know. So just seeing that, and
Oh yeah, cause you've seen some of the bad ones.
I've seen some of the bad ones, and I've seen some of the fucking like amazing ones, you know.
But even the bad ones weren't that bad. But to my standard.
Exactly.
To my standard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen a really good, yo, I'm feeling it, Booney performance. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? With maybe just 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, whatever type of people, you know how to rock the stage. But sometimes I'm like, you know, you could have done better, right?
Yeah.
And be like,
and you
yeah.
will say that too. That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's just like, yeah, you did this, that, and third. Or like I would record you and be like, yeah, like run it back. Like let's play this shit back and look where you fucked up, you know? So that's why I'm like, damn, like that's the one thing I guess I cherish about our relationship is that we could be really honest
Yeah.
and be like, yo, this is what we're learning. Or this is what, you know, have you tried this? Have you tried that?
Yeah, because even outside this interview thing, we always push each other.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
that's the reason why I'm like, yeah, you got to keep the real ones around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna be authentic all the time.
Exactly. Even it might hurt your feelings a little bit, but it's just like, hey, it is what it is. We're trying to grow here. We're trying to be the next people, surpass the people we idolize, you know, and just be us.
Facts. That's facts. But
Yeah.
I got a real special feeling. Even with performances, I'm finna change the whole format. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have these type of events. La Russell is very inspiring. Just how he does things. And a lot of artists, I just be on Instagram scrolling. They're very inspiring of how they're moving, touring, just doing what they do.
Just being
And it's
intentional.
very inspiring, and I'm definitely just gonna find my own ways to become that superstar.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's the only way to do it, though. We don't need any more copycats. We already have those people we idolize. We need something different.
Yeah. And that copycat shit ain't working no more.
Just for that 5-minute fame shit, then next TikTok artist or whatever it is, so I'm valid as fuck.
And that's not even working. That's the crazy part. It's not.
It's not all them bots and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I would feel some type of way if I had the like numbers extremely high and the looks are extremely high, but I can't bring
The
people
support.
out for real.
Yeah, the support.
I don't have the support.
Yeah.
That would probably hurt me more than not even having the numbers. And looks.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I realized about Lotto. Have you realized when Lotto does her tours, she never does arenas. She always does small, intimate, and
Yeah.
they're always sold out. I think the way Lotto and her team move is like a prime example. It's big Lotto.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
And I think JT had something similar to that too. Did small
Small
venues.
venues, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, small venues better anyway.
It's way you get more energy. People actually know what the fuck you saying. People know who the fuck you are.
As an artist,
Yeah.
and when I was first starting, I used to look up people performances, how they perform. I hated arena performances. I still do. Like if I'm on YouTube, I hate watching the arena performance. I go back and look at when they were on the bubble, like when they had a little
Little something.
clout or whatever you call it, a little traction, but they weren't big just yet. To me, those are the best looking performances. I go look up like Doja Cat's, anybody's. I go look at when they was on that little circuit at the little small venues. I'm like, how that junk looking? And I'm like, oh, that shit was hard. But then they get in the arenas, like, I'm like, you can't even touch the people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just, I don't
It's
know.
so distant. But
Yeah.
the money there, so.
So we get it. We get it. Ain't mad at that part at all. All right. So, where can we find you at? How can we stay in tune? These YouTube videos. Have you started dropping your vlogs and stuff? Or is
First
that-
one to drop this Saturday.
Okay, fire. Fire.
First one to drop this
March
Saturday.
1st.
Yeah, Goldn Mine, episode 1. I ain't gonna say the title yet.
Yeah.
But Golden
Stay
Mind
tuned.
episode 1, and yeah, y'all come with me make this till I make this million and past that. But besides that, everywhere Life of Booney.
Yeah.
LIFEOFBOONEY.
Fire. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Is there a single coming anytime soon?
Yeah, next month. Next
Next
month.
month?
Yeah. I'm gonna have all the details like on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok.
Cool.
Yeah, and we gonna probably premiere it at the event.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna put out what event it's gonna be at for
Yeah.
sure.
Fire. Dope, dope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This was definitely a way better interview than last time's. Reason why I didn't drop. But it's because this time Booney was loose. He was really like, this is really, truly Booney.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
To
I
have a good
appreciate
one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate you.
Of course. And of course, this is not going to be the first, nor the second time, nor the last time you'll be on the
You
platform.
gotta keep shaking the culture.
I mean, shit, that's all we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, guys. Until next time.